Hi guys, welcome back to another video with Pratham Test Prep. This is your host Sanjeet Bhatia again with a new video on your legal current affairs for your CLAT and AILET for 2022. And if you are even planning for 2023, these legal current affairs will definitely be very important for you guys. Now, if you are not a part of our channel, please make sure that you hit on the like, share and subscribe button so that you can get all the updates for free. Now, if you are also not a part of our Telegram channel, do make sure that you are subscribed to our Telegram channel under the names of like CLAT@Pratham, and you get all the articles and all the news updates for free. And if there are any changes that comes up in the law entrance exams, you'll also know about that, right? So it is a great place to be a part of, and you'll find similar people like you who are preparing for the exams there. Now, what is the first news for the day? So US and European Union had made an agreement on data transfer pact. Now, what is happening in this data transfer pact? That the United States and the EU, right, have announced that they have an in principle agreement in place to create a new framework for the purpose of cross-border data transfer, right? So now people like Google and Facebook needed this, and they've gotten this much needed relief from this announcement also. And for now, for more than a year, the officials have been planning to dealt out this whole thing, right, to invalidate privacy shield, an agreement that allows firms to share Europeans' data with the US. Right, so they were looking for this kind of a structure already. Now, invalidating of privacy shield, what is all of that? So now in July of 2020, the privacy shield was invalidated. This struck a blow to the tech companies that were relying on the mechanism for the US EU data flow. Now, the top courts of European Union sided with privacy activist Max Schummers, who had argued that the existing framework did not protect the people living in Europe from surveillance of the United States, right? So there were a lot of things that came into this agreement, and there were a lot of discussions that happened between the EU and the US on these kinds of terms and the privacy invasions that have happened with the people. You have seen a lot of things that might happen on the surveillance behalf. There are a lot of surveillance methods that can happen with your EU agreement, with your phones and with your other electronic devices. So there are a lot of risks that they incur also. Now, coming to the next part is that why is this agreement? What is all about this agreement? So this is the newly announced framework that will highlight the commitment towards data protection, privacy, and the related rules to it. Now, there is a smooth flow of data between the EU and the US with the help in facilitating economic relationships amounting to USD, that is $7.1 trillion. Now, this will also help in enabling the trustworthiness and predictability of data flows across the Atlantic, thus safeguarding the privacy of all individuals. So this is all obviously making sure that the privacy of the individuals is on stake always. So they are trying to protect it, and they are also trying to put all the compliances in like full flow, and all the rules and related framework in flow. Now, why is it a respite to the tech companies? Is because the newly announced agreement will offer some respite for the tech companies like Google, Facebook, who were facing legal uncertainties on moving data across the borders after the decision to do away with the privacy shield, right? Now, Meta is, as you is the metaverse name for metaverse, and Facebook has taken that name, and apparently metaverse is gonna be the big thing in the future. So definitely a lot of people are talking about metaverse. So metaverse has taken a lot of space on the internet right now, and they have announced that it might even shut down Instagram and Facebook in Europe over the privacy shield issues, right? So there were a lot of things that were going on, and the tech giants have taken things to a different level now. So this is a respite announcement that has happened for the safe or data flow between US and the EU. Now, the power of states to tax lotteries, right? So there are, the Supreme Court has announced that the states are eligible to tax lotteries also, and the schemes that happen in this lottery that are operating within the territories of the states, as it falls under the activity of betting and gambling that is covered under taxation under the state list. So all of us know there is a state list, there's a union list. Okay, so this is a matter of the state list. Now this judgment was received under separate appeals that were filed by the states of Kerala and Karnataka. After losing before their respective high courts, the two states appealed to the Supreme Court of India to determine whether the states had the legislative competence to frame lotteries tax work. Now, the Supreme Court said in this case that the state legislatures of Kerala and Karnataka were fully competent to enact a law for taxing lotteries and received taxes under the activities of betting and gambling, which are being organized in respective states. This also includes the lotteries conducted by states and central governments. So the Supreme Court has announced the power to collect the taxes on states lotteries is the matter of the state list only, and also because it comes under the definition of betting and gambling. Okay, and it is a matter of state list, and taxation is also a matter of the state list, and Kerala and Karnataka were capable of enacting a law and collecting these respective taxes. So that is why the Supreme Court has said that there is a power to the states that is given to tax these lotteries also. Now, why are these two laws being talked about? There are two things that are there. First is the Kerala Tax on Paper Lotteries Act of 2005, and the other one is Karnataka Tax on Lotteries Act of 2004. Now, whatever the respective judgments of the High Courts in 2010 and 11, Karnataka High Court passed the order that the legislature of Karnataka had no such competence to pass the lottery related law and direct states refund the amounts that were deposited by the states, like Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Sikkim, and Meghalaya, which had organized various lotteries of their own. Now, in 2020 and 2021, the High Court of Kerala had passed orders stating that 2005 Act on tax was invalid and unconstitutional. That is what the High Court of the state has done. But when it went to the Supreme Court has turned around the decisions of the High Court and said that it is something that comes under the state list. Now, coming to the next part is that there are some amendments that are being advised for the IPC and the CRPC, and the government has initiated the process for the amendment of such laws as the Code of Criminal Procedure, the Indian Penal Code, the Indian Evidence Act, with the aim of making comprehensive changes in the criminal law of the country. Right now, there were suggestions that were taken by Ministry of Home Affairs, chief ministers, governors, UTI administrators, lieutenant governors, chief justice of various high court, chief justice of India, Bar Council of India, Bar Council of states like law institutes, various universities, and all the MPs regarding the comprehensive amendments that are to be made in the criminal laws. So, right. So the government also comes up and asks a lot of institutions to tell them what are these basic changes and amendments that they can do in the criminal law system of the country, like Indian Penal Code, Evidence Act, and also the Criminal Procedure Code. Now, in the 146th report, the department related to Parliamentary Standing Committee on the Home Affairs recommended the comprehensive review of the country's criminal justice system. Now, on 111 and 128th report of the Parliamentary Standing Committee emphasized the need to rationalize and reform the country's criminal law by introducing comprehensive legislation in the parliament instead of bringing about irregular amendments in respective acts. So they want to revolutionize the whole process. They want to change the entire thing. They want to get a comprehensive change in the system that makes it flow easier and makes the lawyers and the people who are also a part of the system to get through easily. right? So that is something that is always there. Now, why are these amendments being done? Like, why are they doing these amendments? So the amendments are being done to make comprehensive changes in India's criminal law as to provide speedy and affordable justice to the people of the nation. As you know that if you are under the court of trial and all of these things, you will definitely incur a huge amount of cost if you are involved in all of those things. So definitely to make it very affordable and speedy will improve the entire system also. It will look to create a legal structure that is people centric. Okay. Now the Constitute Committee, what is happening under that? Under the chairmanship of Ranbir Singh, the Vice Chancellor of NLU Delhi, a committee has been constituted to suggest criminal law reforms also. Okay. Now, what Madras High Court has said is definitely something that you should take into consideration. Even if God encroaches upon the public space, it will order its removal. The government will say that it needs to be removed. So the Madras High Court has said this, since the public interest and the rule of law must be safeguarded and upheld, right? There was a High Court harshly criticized the encroachment that was made by a person on a public street by stating that the courts are no more concerned by who or in what name the encroachment takes place. Okay. Now the court says, and I quote it as the court has said, there used to be a time when some individuals developed an impression that they can encroach upon public space in the name of temple or by planting an idol in that place. The courts cannot be hoodwinked by encroaching and constructing a temple in the name of God. We have enough temples and no God has made any request to construct new temples by encroaching upon the public space or by raising a structure in the name of the temple. The court further added in its order. So the court has straightforwardly said that all of these things are just done to encroach on the public property, right? So these are the newses that are very important for this week, and we have discussed this. So thanks for joining in this live session. I hope you enjoyed this video. So don't forget to hit on the like, share and subscribe button, and don't forget to also hit on the bell icon for regular updates. Take care of yourself. Please wear your mask and use your hand sanitizers, and also maintain social distancing, and hope to see you all again in the new video. Till then, keep preparing and keep studying. Bye bye guys, take care.